Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well. I hope you are prepared for this weekend. So this is the only video really you need this weekend in order to have a clear mindset of what the hell is going to happen, what's going on, should you buy, should you sell. Let's go through a tons of stuff. So look, this is the German government continually selling Bitcoin and obviously at different exchanges, but the actual details are a bit more shocking than that. So according to court decisions, BTC was confiscated from people engaged in criminal activity. Police in Germany have seized 50,000 Bitcoin worth 2.7 or $2.1 billion, calling the action the largest crypto seizure ever. Now, according to the police statement, the claim is related to operations of piracy in a particular website, you know, Silk Road, that type of thing, going back all the way to 2013. And obviously they violated this act of 2013. What a crazy way to get Bitcoin, huh? One of the two suspects voluntarily transferred Bitcoin to the Federal Criminal Police, BKA, in Germany. So you just have to understand this. But the government isn't a typical degen. They need to transform the confiscated assets into national currency, aka euros. So Kraken, Coinbase, and of course Bitstamp exchanges have acted as gateway for these transactions. And you can see here, German government sold. Now I'm led to believe they are down to about 6,000 of these seized Bitcoins. Okay, if you've ever worked in a government, you know the plans are first agreed upon and then only implemented. So obviously this has been in the making for a very, very long time. All right. Now the wallets hold BTC unknown, which means we can trace these transactions, and you can clearly see what these wallet transactions are. And every working day, the government sends a certain amount of BTC for the sale. And this obviously has a negative impact on holders, causing them to start selling, which has driven the prices down. Obviously, people are panicking. Now, is this the end of it? I don't know. They've got about 6,000 or so remaining in that wallet. Now, the government isn't reckless as FTX manages. Obviously, they're not dumping it all at once. They don't dump everything at once. I think these daily returns are the daily returns of unsold BTC are part of their selling mechanisms. There might be a formula or a rule. The price drops below a certain percentage and then they get those back. Openers short as soon as BTC moves from their wallet to the exchange. Close the short when they reach the critical value, which then obviously this is good for traders. Opening longs for, of course, stabilization reaction for market, of course, and then obviously you buy your Lambo. Now, obviously, anybody who wants to track the wallets, you can. All you have to do is come to Arkham Intelligence. And then, of course, you can actually search the entity once you come to Arkham. Now, obviously, for me, I mean, look, at the end of the day, they're going to continue doing this. And retail is smart enough to understand now that this is exactly what's happening. So, look, just look out for that. And I would say if this continues to happen, what do we need to do? That's the $1 million question, right? And I would love to show you their wallets. But what is the question? Now, if you look at this, obviously we had a rejection. Bitcoin failed to claim that, of course, the close above the level, and now obviously lower high resistance in the orange over here is definitely in play. And of course, if Bitcoin goes below that, then we may see much lower levels. Now, according to my own charts over here, you can actually see that is the case. And for now, we really need to go and hold this 50% level, which is 56.6. Yeah, no smaller than that. I mean, now we're at 57.488. But really, it's absolutely crucial for Bitcoin to sit here at the very worst, 56.512 in my opinion, because otherwise, if we do come down, then we are going towards these sort of directions. Now, I wouldn't say we're going to go all the way to that 786, but this 618 at $52,000, that is a massive area of interest over there. And you can see, there's not much between that and of course the where we are today. So yeah, we just need to be extremely cautious, extremely clever. If you're buying any Bitcoin, you can clearly see that, or of course, if you're buying any crypto, you can clearly see that on the daily we're oversold. So my next level of interest would be, if we don't hold those levels, then we come down to this $52,000 level. And how do we know that's going to happen? Now, if we go from the local bottom here, do a fib retracement, you can clearly see that we are rested on that 50%, touched once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. So this is the area where we need to hold. And I'll just drop a price meter for you so you clearly know exactly what levels to watch out for. Again, guys, it's all academic right now. But listen, what alts should you buy? And I can honestly say certain alts are going to come down. Now, if we look at Tectum here, completely oversold on the RSI on the daily. I genuinely believe Tectum will have a slight pullback, maybe below $6. Below $7. So the RSI is oversold. When the RSI is oversold, guys, what do? We obviously buy, we sell here, right? And we buy down here. So very, very simple. I mean, it's not always always that obvious to people, because you get your money, you go to an exchange, and there is a level of just wanting to buy. And I totally understand that. Let's have a look at Corpo. Corpo, you can see here, has been rocking it lately. It is extremely oversold. You can see that the red is just peeking over the blue, which means this price is going to come absolutely down for sure. I mean, look how long it stayed at that level. And just to give you an idea, again, the whole point here is, I mean, that was like a decent run of about 15 days, right? Solid 15 days. It's run to that 20 cents, and these were the lows at over here. So overall, I would say you need to make sure that you have enough in terms of your dry powder. Don't FOMO right now, because this price is going to come down because the daily is oversold. Quite simple as that. Now, it doesn't always mean the case for 15 days from here basically to all the way here. It run through that without any issues. So you just have to be super careful. But overall, the steam's going to run out. I think it comes down a little bit from there. Other projects of interest, I would say, let's have a look at alephium. Now, alephium, you can see here, it's oversold, or it's starting to head down, red over the white. So I'm expecting to pick up alph a little bit cheaper than where it is right now, even though the price is incredibly cheap. If we look at this on the 4 hours, you can see here, of course, yeah, if there's any kind of a pullback, I think it would be around, I mean, these are the bottoms for alph, in my opinion. So if you want to pick up alph, place an order below $1, maybe 97 cents, and I think you may just hit your stop loss or stop order while you sleep, 97, 98 cents. But even at this point, only issue here is, if you look at the RSI, it's actually showing very good momentum on the 4 hours. This is the direction of the RSI. It means that the blue is over the red and it is going up. So, wait for the daily. Let's see what the daily is saying. Now, the daily is saying that the red's over the blue, which means we will come down quite simply, naturally, just retrace back maybe 5-6%. But I would just stagger some orders. Okay. OTK, yep. Sell pressure is coming on. I mean, the weekends are pretty great for these things. Tower is completely oversold. You can see here, there are only few projects like, for example, AGI. Kaspa is oversold. On the daily, Kaspa is just resetting. So yeah, you can see here, Kaspa is actually, the red's just about to cross the blue, which means that Kaspa will come down a little bit. AGI is the one that's super interesting. Now, AGI, if you look at this, is literally what it's doing here is the RSI has completely reset. So just remember, AGI will run when everything is completely out of the waters. But for now, you can see here, the blues just over the red is just about to edge over the blues. So what do, guys? We take the RSI. It's just a decent indicator to watch, nothing too crazy. Divide the RSI and you will have your zones of buys and zones of sells. So anything above the top over here, overcooked, you sell. And of course, this is the basic terms. Of course, there are other elements in doing this, but today, I mean, AGI, I would say, as long as the RSI remains at the bottom, this is probably an urgent DCA buy, only because of the fact that it's spending lot more time at the bottom than it is at the top. So that's AGI. Let's have a look at Ondo. I bought a bit of Ondo today. And again, Ondo is basically at the, it had a nice little sell-off, and right now the RSI has picked up the blues over the, so you can see here it's edging back towards its $1, 50% level, completely respected here. Every time it comes down to that 92, 93 place position, this is your best buy here. Even at 95, anything under $1 is good, but you don't expect it to go below that kind of level around that 92, 93 mark. In terms of other projects, I would probably say one that I'm completely impressed with is this one. I mean, this project, nobody knows about this project, but this project has failed to go away. This is a project called Swiss Cheese. I think the marketing will start whenever, but at the moment, relatively decent. It has dropped significantly from its all-time high. You can clearly see that, but it's one that I would keep an eye out on. Interestingly, GFAL had a decent day. It's going towards that up territory. It's up in terms of pricing, but it will come down. And other projects. I mean, look, G Swift has pretty much is oversold. Should hopefully come back down. Everything is on a discount, guys. Now, in addition to that, there are a few other projects that I'm thinking about. Of course, I'm thinking about presenting, but I'll present those to the VIPs. Shout out to my VIP crew, the best crew in the world. I've got one or two gems that I will be dropping as a potential buy alert in this dip. Guys, if you're not in our group, join us. If not, anyway, I hope you found this extremely useful. Today, what is the message? I would say the overall arching message for me is, when you buy your cryptocurrencies today, just think of where the sell pressure lies. I mean, everything you can see here is on a pretty good discount. And if I zoom out, you'd get to see why you don't need to FOMO. Cash, 18%, Brett, 27%, Tau, 23%, Beam. And we can continue, say, Injective, all the big, this is the barometer of cryptocurrencies, and every single one of these is in the red. And you need to just pace yourself. If we do see that $52,000 level, well, listen, I hope you take advantage of that and keep some dry powder. Don't go all in. That's what I'm doing on MEXC. I'm just keeping some dry powder every few hours, transferring some funds over there and just DCAing all along that time. Now, so far, I've managed to bag a little bit of Ondo, a little bit of Tectum, a little bit of aitech. See, the thing with me is I don't tell you this is what it is. I tell you what I'm buying, and that's exactly what I'm buying right now. But listen, I hope you find this useful. Pace yourself over the weekend, and I'll catch you on the next video. Smash a like.